Gluing up the strips for the cutting boards. Gluing them up, and then I'm clamping them. So getting the glue on. You want to make sure you get full coverage on the wood. Hard maple and cherry cutting board. It's a thicker butcher block style, probably almost about 2 inches. Now make sure you get this full coverage. And I didn't really need to glue this one, so we're going to have a double glue here. But that's okay. Now, make sure you use a piece of wood on the end so you don't have clamp marks in your project. Make sure you're pretty square. I did leave these a little bit long because you want to cut them. I like the pipe clamps the best. They're the easiest to use. Make sure it's still square. Make sure things didn't move on you. And then you go ahead and you clamp. Couple turns each one so it's even. And then you're going to put a clamp on the top. I don't have a pipe clamp, so I have a bar clamp. These work okay, but I prefer the pipe clamps. The pipe clamps, you can actually get them a lot tighter. And that's it. Now let it dry about an hour, and I'll scrape the excess glue off while it's still a little rubbery. And then it'll be ready to plane. After about 15 minutes or something, the glue starts getting rubbery. And then what I do is I just take a scraper. You can just scrape this off. You want to try to keep this glue off. It's easier on your planer knives. The glue tends to dull them and nick your planer knives. So when it's rubbery, it's real easy to take off. So that's what I do. Most of your glue is going to be on the bottom. That's typically where a lot of the glue is. Just gravity, I think, works that way. And this is a real easy way to take the glue off. Especially if your boards aren't real even. If you have real even boards, I mean, you can take it off the next day. It'll scrape right off when it's hard, but it's a lot easier when it's rubbery. So I'm going to flip this over and I'll show you the bottom. Bottom has a lot more glue on it because when you're gluing each piece, they're sitting there and gravity's bringing the glue down to the bottom. Some of it runs down. But you can see all this comes right off. And that's it. So then leave it in here for at least an hour or so, or a couple hours, take it out, and it'll be ready to plane.